Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of BVarsity Live. I'm Zach Ewing. We're with Trevor Horn here in the Bakersfield, California's downtown studios.
Hi.
It is May the 14th. So we're rolling on towards the end of the year.
May the 14th be with you.
Chris is the only person in the world who laughed at that. He is the only person in the world who laughed at that joke.
Kristen might be at home laughing at that if she's watching.
That's only because she likes you, though.
Yeah, that's true.
So we do have postseasons roaring in the spring sports. And we have Centennial Baseball in the studio with us. Andrew Hansen, the pitcher, Brock Hallum, the catcher, Justin Roberts just sort of sits and does nothing.
Correct.
And those guys are the number 2 seed in the Division I section playoffs, which began yesterday, actually, although Centennial had a bye, as did the other top seeds in most of the divisions. And you guys will get going against Bullard High School at 3:30, time change, 3:30 tomorrow afternoon, so a little bit earlier than usual. First of all, congratulations on the season, 23-5, 14-1 in the league. Spectacular stuff. What do you know about Bullard? They're one of the 5 teams that actually beat you, but it was a different pitcher. He's injured. Things happen in baseball. How are you feeling about tomorrow's game, Andrew? You're being on the mound.
I'm feeling pretty confident. We lost by 1 run. We didn't score any. We didn't hit very well, and we've been hitting well lately, so if we keep that up, we should be fine.
Brock, what are you feeling, man?
Yeah, we're just chomping at the bit to get out there and after 4 days of practice, hopefully be ready to go and get that revenge from the early season loss.
Have you guys talked about a game plan for facing those hitters? I know you didn't pitch against them the first time, but you obviously caught the game, so you know a little bit. I mean, do you go that far in advance as to what we're going to do with their best hitters?
Well, with Hans, it's pretty nice because he usually has a pretty good advantage over the hitters. So we just kind of like to mix pitches in and out and just see what we can do.
Just do what you do. That's all you got to do. It's worked pretty well for you. The SWIL, by the way, kind of took it on the chin yesterday in the first round. Liberty losing, Stockdale losing by a run, Frontier lost by a couple of runs, Bakersfield lost down in D2. Does that mean anything to you? I mean, obviously you want to see the league do well, but do you think that, I mean, does it make you less confident? Does it make you, hey, we got to stick up for the league here? I mean, does that affect you in any way mentally?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there are competitors, too, and it happens, so we're just going to mainly focus on what we're doing and just try to not get beat like they did.
Yeah, absolutely. And the bracket, as it shapes up, if you guys were to win tomorrow, you'd play the semifinals at home on Wednesday, and that would be against the winner of Clovis and Clovis West.
We could pull that bracket up if we could, Chris.
And obviously two pretty tough teams from the track. Ben Bristol would start that game, I presume, is the plan, depending on what happens. But do you look ahead at the bracket? I mean, obviously then Buchanan, number 5 in the state, is on the other half of the bracket, which you wouldn't face them to the final. Do you look at the bracket, possible matchups? Are you scoreboard watching as you're playing?
Ultimately, we just have to kind of take care of tomorrow first, and then after that, you know, we faced Clovis West early in the season, and we haven't got the chance to see Clovis yet, but obviously those are some great teams, and it's going to be one great battle.
And that could be a very key game, because then if you win that, obviously you get to the Valley, you get to throw on your normal day. Well, actually, throw on a Saturday in that particular instance, but that would be something special either way. Andrew, one thing I've heard about you and that I've seen in football and in baseball, you love the big stage. It seems like you play your best when the big stage hits. Are you sort of feeling that? I mean, do you embrace that, or is it just about keeping a level head in the situations?
Yeah, I try to embrace it, but at the same time keep a level head. Just try to do what I normally do at every game and just try to stay the same, yeah.
If your head wasn't level, it's probably because your hair's dragging it back.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a good look.
Trevor came in here and actually made fun of how much gel he had in his hair, and then Trevor over there can't light a match within 10 feet of his head, so I don't know what he's talking about. Well, tell me about the hair, though, because this obviously doesn't work in. Is this your preferred hairstyle and just couldn't work in football, or what's going on here?
I don't know. A couple of guys started growing it out, and I've just been letting it go since winter break.
Making your coach jealous.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
He always gives me props
Hair is
on it.
precious, man. I would know.
Here comes Lewis, who I know you love Andrew's hair.
I had to make a little
Steinbrenner
little
over here.
Did you expect it to go that far?
Yeah, I just thinking
Don't mess
I'm not
up
going
my-
to cut it till after season.
Is Lewis trying
Yeah,
to mess up my
at this
deal?
point, it's
Even
good
if,
luck.
Is Lewis
yeah.
trying to mess up my deal? Ugh. Get that out of here.
Okay. Brock, what do you think of the hair, man?
I love it.
Do you?
Yeah, if I could, my hair's just too curly and thick to grow it out, or I would, but
Yeah, you're kind of growing a helmet there yourself.
yeah.
Don't need the catcher's helmet anymore. Okay, I got to ask you this. How does one get into catching? Because it seems like the kind of thing that nobody would want to do. I know a lot of times when you're a kid they put the best player back there who's not a pitcher or whatever, but how did it turn into your thing?
I really don't know. I've just honestly been doing it for as long as I can remember, and and I've just stuck with it.
There's some joke in there about the tools of ignorance, I think.
Yeah.
That was a very knowing smile there.
Yeah, do you know that joke?
I don't know. I'm just thinking there might be one with Brock and the tools of ignorance. I don't know. I thought maybe you guys would fill me in.
You calling him a tool?
No, either a tool or ignorant. One or the other.
Probably both.
Yeah, I walked right into that one. Trevor, what are you working on over there?
Softball brackets.
Who has the Taylor Swift walk-up music?
Oh.
Lewis just asked who has the Taylor Swift walk-up music.
Well, that was Cole Dewey.
Cold dude.
Yeah.
Way to bring up a sore subject.
That I don't even know what to say about that.
Thanks for bringing that one up.
Yeah.
The guy has Taylor Swift walk-up music, and he breaks his leg.
We still played it in practice, though.
Do you? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Keep getting better and better.
Justin, you
Does
guys
he swing around on the
last
wheelchair while
year
he's doing that?
played your playoff game at BC.
Yeah.
Did you have that option this year? I mean, would you do it again? To me, you have kind of a unique situation out there in your home field, and maybe that's an advantage. I don't know.
You know, it's. I know we get a lot of flack for our home field. It is a small field and the wind blows out, but nobody knows it better than our pitchers do. Our pitchers got to throw there a lot, and it's a tough place to pitch. I don't know if it's an advantage to play there or not. We're used to it coming from practice. The background's a little different because there's no viewership other than the trees back there. So sometimes it can get lost when it's hazy. But you know, our kids, we just deal with what it comes. Sometimes the ball's going to pop up and hit it out of there. BC ball doesn't leave the park too often, but I'm glad we're at home. It feels right.
You guys, you like being at home?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I know you're a pitcher, and it hurts your ERA and that sort of thing, but you sort of have to embrace that, right? Like you know it better than everybody else. How do you pitch there?
Yeah, you just really got to keep balls down in the zone, especially with the wind that goes out at our field. Balls do go out pretty often.
I seem to remember a playoff game. I think it was a quarterfinal game, maybe Central, like 6-7 years ago. They put up like a 6 spot in the first inning. Everybody said, "What's wrong with Centennial?" And then you guys scored 10 runs in the next 2 innings or something. And
I think the final score was something like Andrew. I think you were with us. Were you guys both
No,
with us?
that
then?
was
No.
my brother's.
Oh, okay.
like 18 to 11 or something.
I think it was 20 to 11 or
yeah,
22 to 11.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Jeez.
12 home runs, something like that.
And it
both,
just-
both teams.
I mean, it was ridiculous. If the ball got up in the air, it was gone.
Right.
And you have to sort of keep your. I mean, these are big games. You can lose your season on these games, so things can go crazy. What's up?
Oh, I was just going to say, Chris just pulled up the bracket so we could start going through those. So
Apparently, you have a number
bottom
4
half.
seed now.
What's that?
They are the 2 seed. That's okay though. That's okay. No, bring that back up, Chris. So Bowler, there you have it, beating Stockdale 2-1 yesterday. Tough luck loss for the Mustangs, and Clovis and Clovis West in an all-track battle in the other quarterfinal, and then in the top half of the bracket, there you see Buchanan. They get Clovis North, which held off Frontier. I think Clovis North up big early in that game and had to kind of hold off Frontier. And then it's Madera with the lefty Alec Gamboa throwing a one-hitter against Central, facing Tulare Western. J-Rob, if there's a team that can knock off Buchanan in that half of the bracket, is there another team you look at and say that's a dangerous team to get through to Visalia?
I would have to say Clovis North because they know each other so well. They would be able to pitch around hitter tendencies. I'm not sure. I haven't seen Madera. I've seen Tulare Western. I thought they were good. They almost got upset yesterday, though, in a scary one. I think Buchanan's going to roll through their side. But if they're going to get beat, it's going to be tomorrow.
Have you seen Buchanan?
I have seen them play once. They're
Okay.
Extremely strong, and they're always well coached.
As usual, good pitching, good hitting, everything you can ask for.
My old sociology teacher in my senior year.
It's not about you, Trevor. It's just not about you.
I like Tom Donald.
That is a downfall, is that Trevor is from there.
Yeah.
They got rid of him somehow. So-
When I was a senior in high school, I had hair just like Andrew Hansen. You know what happened
Oh,
to me?
that's why you don't like it.
You know what happened to me? My father says, you go down to the barber and you get a businessman's haircut. I said to the barber, I need a businessman's haircut. Before I even uttered the word business, my hair was like gone up the back. True story.
Because you got the business.
Has it been businessman style ever since?
That's right.
All right. That's how you become a professional.
It's grandma look.
That's how you become a professional. But
I'll
if
stick
you want to
clear.
become a professional baseball player, you can have hair however you want, as long as you don't play for the Yankees.
Yeah.
So that's how it goes. Let's see. You're going to play at Cal State next year. Brock, what's your plan next year?
I'm going to be playing at BC.
Okay. So you'll be a Renegade. You'll be a Road Runner. You guys get to stay in town. And speaking of guys looking for future baseball, Justin, you had an announcement as well about the USA Baseball Camp.
Yeah,
coming
USA
up.
Baseball Camp, the Northern California region is going to host a National Team Identification Series camp on May 26th at 4 o'clock at Bakersfield College. So Tim Payton always does a great job on his field up there. We're going to have 40 to 50 kids. We're going to cap it at 50, so parents that need to register want to try to get in early to do that. But 40 to 50 kids, and try to get Kern County's best out so that we can start pushing kids to the national team.
And the best way to register, is there a website? Or
It's norcalntis.com, so that's NORCALNTIS.com.
All right. So if you want to get in that USA Baseball Camp, Justin's running the thing. And, NorCal
I will be there.
NITS.
The
You're not-
USA task force will be running the
I shouldn't
camp.
say you're running
Yeah.
it. You are organizing in advance.
Correct.
Yeah. Got it. Okay, here's what I want to know since we have a pitcher and a catcher here. Meetings on the mound. All business, some business and some fun. I mean, what's the most memorable meeting on the mound we've had this year?
In Vegas, we had a couple interesting ones because we were losing by so much. We were saying, let's get out of this and go hit a lot.
Yeah.
It just depends how the game's going. If I feel like, he's a pitcher's too tight or something, just go out there and try to make him laugh and loosen up, or sometimes kind of get in the middle of him a little bit
Right,
and
get into him.
Yeah,
You still
or
need
just
to quit messing around before and just say, all right,
Yeah.
fair enough.
yeah. It just kind of depends, but no, it's not all business.
Is it? Do you feel like it's your responsibility to call that meeting, Brock, and say, I need to go down there and either settle him down or fire him up or whatever the case might be?
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes J-Rob lets me know, hey, go talk to him, or sometimes I just feel like it's up to me.
Now, a guy like Andrew, you're trying to make him laugh. He knows all your jokes. You've known him a long time. What's the go-to material?
I don't know if I can really say that on air.
See, Trevor was worried about corrupting you guys, but I think that's apparently already been done.
Yeah, but we've been, I've been throwing him since I was 9 years old. So
Yeah. That's very cool. Now, have your runner on second, your signals change? Has the signals been the same that entire time? I mean, you know each other well enough to sort of.
Yeah, we just kind of, I don't know. We have a really good chemistry between us, and we just kind of have a feel for what we want to do. So
Andrew throwing to him versus throwing to somebody else, immediately tell the difference.
yeah, it's different. I don't really like it. I'll miss him next year, definitely.
Maybe he'll show up in a couple of years at CSUB as well. Justin, got to be a luxury for a coach to have these two, though.
Yeah, it'll be. We've had a few kids come through and four-year players for us, and I've never had two on the same team the entire way through. It'll be very different next year not having one of these guys around. I mean, Andrew's been a part of the program since he was in second grade. He started off as our bat boy way back when.
And before Brock, you had Cole Hallum, and so that was
Brock was always around, and we always knew he was going to be
Sure.
there. And so I feel like they've redshirted a couple times or something, and they're just still in the program. But it's definitely a blessing having these guys, and Brock and I, we can communicate without saying any words, and it's been fun.
So next year you're going to pull all your hair out.
If there's any,
It's just going to come out.
it's coming out on its own. I just can't.
Now, was that red shirt years, or did you guys just take 6 years to finish? No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, two very good students here as well. And Andrew, we've had you in before, and it's been so impressive what you've done in a couple of different sports at Centennial. To finish with a bang, how much does that mean to you guys? What happens over the next 9 days?
It means a lot. That's all we want to do at this point is just win. Losing would just be, it'd be tough, but we're just trying to win.
Yeah, when you're coming into high school and you think about your season, obviously a goal is the league championship, which that was awesome to accomplish, but the ultimate goal is a Valley championship, and to go out your senior year with some of your best friends, that would just mean the world.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to bring you guys back for a few minutes in the second segment, if that's okay. We'll take a quick break here on BVarsity Live and be back with you right after this.